Hey Commanders fans, listen up. The first news we're dropping today is about to shake the team to its core. After a disastrous Week 1 debut, a key player has been cut from the roster. And we're not talking about just any position. This surprise move has everyone wondering, are we really ready for what's coming next? Stick around until the end. Get all the details on this critical adjustment that could change the direction of the season. You don't want to miss this. Now, let's talk about what could be a game-changing move for the team. It looks like they're wasting no time and already have their eyes on a veteran who could turn things around quickly. This player might just be the key to locking in those crucial points we missed in Week 1. Who is this player, and how could they impact the rest of the season? You've got to watch this if you want to know if this is the savior we've been waiting for. And finally, heads up on defense. Because a crucial player in our secondary had a debut to forget. Cornerback we all expected to shine in Week 1 was tested, and frankly, he didn't pass. Now, everything's on the line for him, and he needs to bounce back quickly if he wants to keep his spot on the team. Will he turn this rough start around, or will he be another headache for the defense? Don't move a muscle because this will surprise you. If you're a die-hard Commanders fan, hit that subscribe button and smash the like to stay on top of all the team's biggest moves. And remember, kill the Redskin. Alright, let's cut to the chase. The Washington Commanders are in serious trouble with their kicking game. There's no other way to put it. After a disastrous Week 1, they cut kicker Cade York. Yep, after just one game. And I'm asking, how did we end up here? York, who hadn't played in the NFL since 2022, was brought in just 18 days ago, and now he's out the door. So what's going on? Was York the problem, or is there something bigger happening with the Commanders? I'll tell you this, bringing him in was a questionable decision to start with. And after seeing him miss those 2 field goals in the first half against Tampa Bay, I'm not surprised they let him go. But is that enough to fix our issues? Now let me ask you, who's taking responsibility here? Even if the Commanders had made those field goals, they would still have been down by 11 points. There's something deeper at play than just a poor individual performance. I think we're seeing a team that's not prepared in the special teams department, and that falls on the coaching staff. Does Dan Quinn really trust his kicking team? After all, York was the 3rd kicker they've brought in this year. Something's off, and I have to wonder if the decisions being made are the right one. Let's be clear. Commanders need to move fast. Right now, they don't have another kicker on the team or the practice squad. This isn't just a small problem, it's an emergency. They need to go out and find a kicker in a very thin free agent market. And here's where things get interesting. Brandon McManus, the veteran they let go in May, is now available because his legal case was dismissed. But I ask you, is it really a good idea to bring him back? McManus has experience, sure, but the Commanders could face media nightmare if they decide to give him another chance. I can't even imagine what might happen with the fans if they make that move. Their other option is to look at Randy Bullock and Riley Patterson. Bullock, a 34-year-old veteran, had a solid showing with the Giants last season, but is he really the long-term solution for a team looking for stability? I'd say, I don't think so. It's a temporary option, sure, but not what we need to steady the ship. Then there's Patterson, a younger player who already knows the team because he was part of the training camp. Is it time to give him another shot? I think Patterson could be the best option right now, but I worry that they let him go for a reason. So here we are, Commanders fans. The team is wavering, with no clear kicker and limited options. What are they going to do? I think this situation wrecks a bigger problem with decision-making within the team. What are the leaders doing to ensure we don't fall into the same hole again? Alright, here's the scoop for the Washington Commanders nation. Let's get straight to it, because this team can't afford to keep playing Russian roulette with the kicker position. A decision has been made. The Commanders are set to sign veteran kicker Austin Seibert. Now I'm asking you, is this really the change we need? The recent situation has shown us there's no room for error in this spot, and Seibert comes with a track record that raises more questions than answers. But let me tell you this, something has to change. Look, after what happened with Cade York in Week 1, 2 missed field goals, kickoff out of bounds, the guy basically dug his own grave. Washington doesn't have time for experiments, and here we are, looking for someone who can get the job done. Is Seibert that guy? I'll tell you this. His NFL journey has been like a roller coaster. He's been with the Browns, Bengals, Lions, and more recently, practice squads of the Saints and Jets. How many chances does this guy need to prove himself? Now, I'm asking you, how secure do you feel about this signing? Because honestly, I'm not convinced. Let's look at the stats. In his career, Seibert has played 31 games and made 80% of his field goal attempts. Not terrible, right? But when we dig deeper, this is a guy who's been cut more times than he's stayed with a team. Not exactly the consistency you want from such a crucial position. And after trying out 4 other kickers since Brandon McManus was released in June, I'm wondering, is this really the best we can get? I think the Commanders are playing with fire here. And if they don't find a solid solution, this could come back to haunt us when games come down to 3 points or less. Now, don't get me wrong, Seibert could work out. He has experience, knows what NFL pressure is like, and has a long field goal of 53 yards in his history. Not bad. But I'll tell you this, patience is running thin in Washington. The fans want results, need results, and this move better work. If not, we might be in trouble sooner rather than later. Let's get straight to it. Mike Sainristil, folks. What did you expect? This rookie cornerback came in with a lot of hype after his impressive transition from Michigan to the NFL, and I know, we all hoped he'd be the next big leader of our defense. But what happened in week 1? He faced the brutal reality of the league against the Buccaneers. And let me tell you, when you're up against guys like Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, there's no room for error. Was he ready for that? I don't think so. But let me tell you this, don't get it twisted. This guy has potential. Now the real question is, will he learn from this baptism by fire, or will he be just another player who doesn't measure up? Come on, people. We know how the NFL works, especially at the cornerback position. It's the spot where a small mistake can cost you big plays. And Sainristil, like other rookies, is going to have ups and downs in his first season. Now, should we have put so much weight on his shoulders from the get-go? I ask you, was it fair to throw him straight into the fire without a solid safety net in the secondary? I think the coaching staff knew it would be tough, but they had no choice. 'Cause, let's be honest, who else in that cornerback room has proven to be reliable so far? But here's the real deal. This isn't the end of the road for him. It's just the beginning. Can he bounce back? I say yes. He's got the skills, the attitude, and most importantly, the mentality to learn from this experience. Now, will we see him covering a receiver like Malik Neighbors against the Giants this week? It's a possibility. And that's where things get interesting. Because if the coaches put him in the right position, Sainristil can shine. I know it sounds risky, but if you want him to grow, you've got to put him in situations where he can build confidence. So, here's the question I'm asking, and I'm asking it to you too. Was it too soon to give Sainristil so much spotlight? Or was it the necessary wake-up call to turn him into a star? I think sometimes you need that smack in the face to wake up and realize where you are. But now the real question is, how is he going to respond? Bell, I want to hear your opinions. Do you think McManus should come back? Or would that be a colossal mistake? Are Bullock or Patterson really viable solutions? Or are we just patching a much deeper problem? I want to know what you think. Drop your comments below, because this is a discussion that's only going to keep growing. Now, let me ask you, is Austin Seibert the answer to our kicker problems, or are we just recycling what didn't work on other teams? I'm telling you, it's time for the team to get serious about this issue because we can't afford for kicking mistakes to cost us wins. What do you think? I'm reading your comments, and I want to see your thoughts. Finally, Commanders fans, is Mike Sainristil going to bounce back and become the cornerback we all hoped for? Or are we seeing early warning signs? I believe he has the potential to surprise us. What do you say? Tell me below what you would do in this situation. These are the decisions that could define our season. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to stay updated on all Commanders moves. Here we talk about everything from big plays to the most controversial decisions. This isn't just a community, it's a family of passionate fans who share their love for the team. Join us and be part of the conversation. And remember, hail to the Redskins.